Hey guys, I know it's been a very long while since I did any hobby project stuff or posted any videos really, but today I'm gonna do a fun little short one. Today I'm gonna show you how to turn spare Carnifex heads into eggs for your Tyranid basing. So stick around. It's not super complicated. I got this idea because a guy that I'm friends with on Discord was making some, and I was like, oh, that looks like something I've seen online. And then I googled the picture, I'm like, no, those are just Carnifex heads. So stick around. I think they're gonna look really, really cool, and they'll be perfect for your basing. So let's see. But yeah, the concept is pretty simple, but I've never seen anyone post something like this on YouTube. All the videos when you look up Tyranid eggs are just like small little beads that people put on. But like this has the plating, this has the shell. Let me try to get a close up right here. There we go. But yeah, it's like incredibly easy. First things first, so when I told one of my friends I was doing this, like, why do you have so many Carnifex heads? When you get the Carnifex kit, you get so many spare heads that you just, like half my bits box, I still have like 12 other heads that I'm not gonna use yet because I still have other Carnifexes I need to build. And in case I get heads I don't want, I use that. But, so let me grab, so yeah, a ton of these, like, I took out the tusks from this one because I used it for something. I took out this one's a big tongue that he's supposed to have, and I used it on my Kitbashed hive crone. But yeah, let's get started. I'm just gonna grab my nippers and get to cutting. But yeah, so the main idea with this is I want basing eggs. I'm gonna have a few, it's hard to show on camera like this. I'm gonna have a few closed up like this and have to gap fill and stuff. And then I wanna have a few half open like this and have a Yoo-hoo glue strands over it. I'm gonna use it for basing. I don't know for what, it's one of those weird things, right? Where whenever I talk about Tyranids, I was under the assumption, there we go, that Tyranids don't lay eggs. Because whenever they describe them in the books, it's always like, oh, they're popping out, they're doing this, they're doing that. So I'm assuming eggs are maybe something they just lay to grow later. So here's the step. I cut off the jaw. These bits are gonna go in my bits bin. I'm gonna use them for something, or I'm gonna use them for sprue goo. But yeah, so here are them compared so far. I still need to cut off this. This is an old one-eye head. I've already have built an old one-eye. I objectively never need it, and I think this will make a really, really cool, like, weird part of the egg. So let's see. Now I'm just gonna start cutting. This is the part that takes like the longest for now. Go. You want to keep these little ducts right here, there, because that's going to give a nice little texture to the egg. And I'm not super worried about like the texture here being really rough because I have Mod Podge and I have sprue goo. It's so funny because when I first got Mod Podge, in my head I wasn't like, oh, this is a nice like gloss varnish to put on stuff. I thought, no. This is gap filler. It's cheap gap filler because look how much you get. But I have that. And also if the egg's open like this, I kind of want a little bit of texture because it looks like the egg like ripped open. But let's keep going. The other thing, I've seen a couple people do this where they gap fill the little eyes because the eyes will remain. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna paint them as eyes. I'm gonna paint them as just textured bits. So let's keep going. Here we go. The main thing you want to see is that this, it's hard to show on camera. There we go. You want the tips up front to be able to touch each other. Because then it makes the rest much, much easier. There we are. See? They fit together pretty well. And I just got to repeat this process. None of them are going to be perfect. I've accepted that. But let's see how this goes. All right, so I got them. I'm gonna do 4. I'm gonna do 2 open eggs, 2 closed eggs. They're all in shot, perfect. I'm gonna be using plastic cement, the thick kind, just because I want them to stick together. Any gaps are gonna be filled, so let's get started. Just gonna coat them generously. These are gonna be the closed ones. Just really trying to melt the plastic together. Go. There we go. And some of the primer is washing off onto my hands. Perfect. But yeah, there's one. Let's do another one closed. I sanded them down a little bit. My only issue with it is one of my sanding sticks broke midway through and I wasn't recording it. I kind of wish I was, but it was funny in a, it could have flown into my eye kind of way. Go. Just like that. Boom. It's 2 eggs, and now I'm gonna do some open ones. I can remember which one was paired with which. There we go. So these open ones worry me just a little bit. This is why I'm using the plastic glue instead of like something like super glue, because I want them to melt together. I want this to be a permanent bond because I'm not gonna be using these right away. I don't have any models where I need eggs on the base yet. This is just an idea that I really wanted to do. So here we go. Here's an open one. If I could, there we go. It looks like a pistachio, so. Oh, you know what you could do? You could use pistachio shells for this. Just have a bunch of, well, no, you need to cook off the oil. That would be a bad idea. But you know, if you found a way to preserve them, that'd be a great idea. But I have plenty of Carnifex heads to go. If I really like this, I'm gonna do more of them. I can only ever legally run 6 Carnifexes. So I have 2 of the big front fangs already. I'm gonna have 2 of the rabbit ears. And then I don't know what my final 2 will be. Probably just regular Carnifex heads. So I have, no, actually no, I'm gonna have the ones with the gross tongues. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna have those. And then that will give me all Carnifex heads I will ever need, because I have no other use for Carnifex heads. There we go. Another one done. Hope that's in focus. But yeah, now I'm just gonna wait for these to fully dry, get together, and then I'm going to get started on small things like filling up these gaps and so on. But yeah, I will get back to you shortly. All right, that one just moved. Here are the eggs so far. 2 open, 2 closed. They look like pistachios. But as you can see, if I zoom in, if I focus, there's a lot of gaps to fill. So for that, I have 2 things. Some good old-fashioned sprue goo, which I've made myself. Very simple how to make. You get the thin cement, and you add plastic. And Mod Podge. I'm not gonna use vanilla put for this because I really don't want to like blend small things and put them in there. So I'm gonna do that. Not gonna be super difficult. I'm gonna record a little bit of it, but for the most part, just being aware that you use this or you use this to fill up the gaps or whatever you want. Doesn't matter. All right, so if that clip ended up good, you guys just saw me, what I was doing. I have these paper clips. There we go. I like them being colored because it helps me like visualize a little bit. So what I did was with the open ones, because I've seen a million videos, a million tutorials on how to get the Yoo-hoo glue to be like nice strands going from one thing to another. I can't for the life of me do it. Every time I've ever done it, I've messed it up. And I didn't want to mess up these eggs. So what I've been doing for blood trails, for goo trails, for anything that I need long strings for, instead of relying on my ability, I cheat. And I cheat by, let me see if I can get a good, there we go. Putting paper clips in between what I'm doing. There we go, I don't know why it's so slippery. And that way, I'm gonna prime them. I'm gonna put a little bit of Mod Podge to kind of goo it up. And then I'm gonna just coat it with a little bit of lime green that I use for all my poison. And if I do that, actually I might do magenta. Yeah, I'll do magenta since this model will have no magenta on it. Okay, yeah, I'll do magenta because it's like an egg opening up. And that way, I'll have some beautiful colored spots. There we go. I'll have some beautiful strings. These ones are good. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sand down the bottoms. What I need to get is I need to get like a sanding block or something so I can just do that. But I'm gonna sand them flat and then apply the Yoo-hoo glue here, let that dry, and then prime them and get to painting. This is gonna be super easy, super fun. I'm already enjoying this a lot. I have 10 more gargoyle. I made a terrible mistake. I got more gargoyles. I have more gargoyles. I just finished gargoyles. I've been doing nothing but painting gargoyles. I hate gargoyles. The wings are terrible. Everything about them is awful. The flight stands are not great. But this is a project I'm thoroughly enjoying, so it's nice to do something that you enjoy every so often. But yeah, let's get that done. There we go. 4 eggs, gap filled, Yoo-hoo glue used for texture. It's hard to pick up because it's clear, but my eggs are basically done. All I gotta do now is prime them up and we are in business. Alright, so assembly and most painting is done. There we go. Did my regular paint job and I added a gloss varnish to the pinks right here to really make them pop. I think what I would do if I'm putting this on a base, these aren't going to be on bases yet, is I'll have like Gene Stealer on, just me shooting out, but not sure yet. And then here are the 2 closed ones. One that has Old One Eye's head and one that doesn't. Now I just gotta dot them up and there we go, then I'll have some Tyranid eggs. So yeah, let's get right to that. And finally, there we are. 4 fully painted up Tyranid eggs. I really like them. I'm definitely going to be making more at some point, just for basing. They're kind of big. It's a Carnifex head. It's kind of big, but you know, on any big bases like a Turvagon and a Carnifex, it'll fit right in. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Real simple video, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, до свидания.